Chris Martin has become an internet star after copying the selfies that his 19-year-old daughter posts on Instagram.
It's exactly what the world needs right now.
We know that you are voted Hero of the Week in the UK.
This is my favorite dude right now.
Chris Burr Martin. Visionary. Genius. American patriot.
Okay, welcome to the podcast, number 17. She's only 17. Daddy says she's too young. She's old enough for me.
That's creepy.
There's really creepy lines. If you start really looking into hair metal, there's some really disgusting lines. So,
Okay, I won't do that then.
okay, don't do that.
Okay.
I'm going to talk a little loud in this microphone because something's going on. So, also you're going to hear barking in the background. It's not our dog, so there's nothing I can do about that.
Throw something over the fence.
Because I like our neighbors, so I won't. This is also being video recorded, so there will be a link in the show notes so you can watch the YouTube. And I also have clips, which you're going to miss if you're just listening to the podcast. I have video clips that I went to a dog show. And also video of the Comic-Con, Lilac City Comicon that I went to last weekend. So there's lots of things to see. And I put little stupid things in the video to make it interesting for those people that have ADD. So go to the link in the show notes, watch our podcast on YouTube. We only do the first half hour of the podcast. So you look like you're afraid to move your head. You all right?
I'm good.
You're doing this weird. Okay.
Better?
All right.
I don't know.
So I was going to do a game with Taylor. We'll do it next time. To have a little bell or something. Every time I say so or like, I've noticed I do that way too much. I was doing the like thing like Cassie, like a lot.
I can get a squirt bottle and just squirt you in the face every time you do it.
Not good on video.
No, it'd be great on video.
No.
Come on.
I mean
please.
with the equipment.
Please.
The very expensive equipment that I have. The laptop that you never told me how much you paid for. The soundboard that I had some other person pay for. Yeah. So you went to a dog show. Let's start with you.
We should start more with me.
Actually, we're going to start with Austin.
Oh.
We have an Austin update. We've decided not to go after the guy who crashed into him because that's public knowledge. I can't even say allegedly. He has some violent tendencies, it looks like.
Well, we're still going to pursue trying to get him to make it right, but
there's some resisting
harassing him.
There's some resisting arrests. There's some child alimony that's due.
There's no child alimony unless it's you marrying 17-year-olds.
Well, no, all my marriage proposals have been from people over 20.
Not child alimony.
And dudes.
And dudes in kabuki outfits.
So I'm wondering if anybody out there thinks maybe a GoFundMe is a good idea for Austin. I hate to use my selfie cred, whatever, the 16 minutes of fame selfie cred.
Whatever you want to call it.
To ask people for like a buck or two. If I have 130,000 people, if everybody just sent a buck, we could get him a really decent...
He could actually get an Aston Martin for
We
Austin
could get
Martin.
him a crappy car and me the Batmobile.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
all right. Let's go to your dog show.
All right. Which one? The one that you went to, I'm assuming.
Okay. Whichever one will interest anyone more. I know.
It's a dog show. I know it's going to interest.
It's like saying, what color brown do you like on wallpaper?
So what did you think of it? You went to it.
What did I think of it?
What did you think? Yeah.
So I walked around and I recorded people. Mm-hmm. And then I did the same thing with the Comic-Con. I walked around and I recorded people. There's not much difference in costumes.
We're dog nerds.
It really is. The smells were the same. Oh. The costumes were the same.
But we had dogs to blame the smells on.
People.
Speaking of which.
Okay.
Chica, you have to sit under there. Oh my gosh.
That's her podcast position. And
that is musty.
Oh.
That is so bad.
Oh, it's like a smoker's breath through onions. Thanks, Chica. Okay, so I went to a dog show. I have no idea how you did.
We didn't do anything today.
I saw a couple of ribbons.
We did nothing. Oh yeah,
Not
y'all
impressive.
got a ribbon.
I wasn't impressed. Is that how they all
I
go?
didn't bring you to impress you.
You better
I
have.
brought you for entertainment.
And I was only recognized twice, so I don't think I'm coming next time.
I know, really.
Okay.
Did you feed her while I was gone?
As I walked through, I noticed there was, there's an aroma. But it's mainly it's dogs.
Mainly.
It's dogs. Yeah,
mainly dogs.
It's dogs. And a hot shed.
Yeah, it was hot.
At a
There was no
fairgrounds.
AC.
That was like 80, 90 degrees. No heat. And dogs panting. Like if your dog pants in your face, that's one thing. Now take 100 dogs and have them panting in your face.
200 dogs. Yeah.
Now take some people who have to wear black and have them
and
standing
jackets
next to you
and running around the ring.
Right.
Yeah.
It was an experience. I still don't know, because you go into a ring and then you do some show stuff. And then you come out for like a second and then you go back in again and you do some more show stuff.
Well, if you do well in your first class, then you get to go back in. It's kind of like your costume contest. If you've got 100 people and you've narrowed it down to 5, then those 5 people go back in and then they compete again. So there's different. Yeah.
All right.
I speak nerd.
You have to.
What I got a kick out of is when I said, okay, I don't have a whole lot of pictures of this one in the ring, and you were leaning on the crate with the dog in it, and I said, I don't have a lot of pictures of this one, so if you could get some pictures with your phone while we're in the ring. So then right after that, like within a few minutes, I would say, go into the ring with that dog, and I come back out, and you're still standing there, and I was, now did you get any pictures of her in the ring? And you looked down at the crate, and it was for the first time you realized that dog was gone. I had taken her out literally under your nose and put her down, groomed her up, took her in the ring, came back, and you did not even know she was gone.
In my defense, y'all look alike.
Well, that makes me feel good when I leave all the dogs with you when I go away.
You had your dog standing next to somebody else, gun to my head, would barely pick them apart. I might be able to. There are certain discrepancies on some. Chica is dwarfish. I can pick her out.
She's squatty.
Rembrandt is a dude, and he's brownish. So, I know that.
We call that brindle. Not brownish. There's no brown
You
in this
have
house.
2 dogs
Brindle.
that, are they, I don't know if they're sisters or what, but you have Olive and Opal.
Yeah, they're sisters.
Olive should have the dot on her head, like an olive.
Oh.
But it doesn't. So that's how I tell them apart, is Olive is the one without the olive, and Opal is the one with the olive. Then there's Peanut, who has her...
uniqueness.
Yeah.
We'll call it uniqueness.
Uniqueness is a good word. And let's see, who else can I... Well, and then there's Cher, but she's the only female brown one.
She's light
And
brindle. We don't have any browns. I won't have any browns.
Okay.
You know how I feel about that.
Well, sorry, she's mauve.
She's light
I'm
brindle.
not... I'm just man enough where I don't know the colors in between actual colors.
That's like me saying that Batman is a Marvel character.
No one will say that.
That is the line you're crossing in
That's
dog
just
speak.
dumb. No one's
dog
going to
speak.
say that. I have seen reporters wear a Robin costume and go, I'm down here at the convention as Supergirl. Go back to doing the weather, honey. So I know Cher because, she thick.
She's thick right now.
She
yeah.
thick. She built like a brick house. So I know her.
She's a child.
I have to watch out who I talk about, what dog is what color, and all this. I don't like to be tied.
Well,
I'm wild. I'm free.
You don't have the politics in.
You bring your politics. I have politics, but I don't care about them. There's politics.
You can afford to not care about them.
I really can.
What's going to happen? People are going to think you're a nerd.
People are gonna dislike me.
People are gonna dislike you.
Then I'll
what?
just
Then what happens?
post a picture of me half naked again, and boom, right back.
More marriage proposals for you.
More marriage proposals. So go ahead and hate me.
From dudes.
Haters gotta hate. I'm all right with that. All right.
All right, so you can't tell my dogs apart. That's where we were.
Sure. All right.
And that is how we had the unexpected litter of 2010. Oh, they look the same. Well, one had a full collar, one didn't.
Don't be racist. Nobody likes that. Yeah, anything else?
True?
Did anything special happen to you at your dog show?
I don't know. We got a point in one, and we got 4 points at another.
Here's something that Rachel O'Brien asked me, and I don't understand it either. Explain why points matter. Like, instead of getting a first place ribbon, like normal places, here's a trophy. Here's how many ribbons does your dog have? How many trophies does your dog? You have points.
Yes.
How many trophies has this baseball team won? That's easy to understand. Points, nobody gets.
The points do matter in this case, because I came home with a stack of ribbons like this, but the stack of ribbons like this equals 4 points. Is basically
all right.
I can
For
go
those
to a
listening,
show,
about as thick as your thumb.
Yeah. So I can go to a show and not get any points and walk away with a bunch of ribbons. The point is, you go to a show to get a title on your dog. With AKC, you need 15 points. 2 of those have to be major wins, meaning at one time you have to get at least 3 to 5 points in one win, 2 times.
How do I get a
2
point?
majors.
How do I get a point?
Okay. You have to get, like with the boys, you have to win winner's dog. So let's say you've got...
Wait, you're betting on each other's dog?
Yes.
Is that like drag racing?
Yes.
If you win, you get the winner's dog?
No.
Okay.
No. So let's say you have like 5 different classes, all with boys in them. Some of them are puppies, some are older dogs. None of them can be champions yet. So the winners, the first place winners from each of those classes, then all go together, like the costume contest example. They then all go together into the winner's class, and then they pick from there who the winner's dog is, the best of the first places.
So I'm having a contest, and the adult goes in with the kids, or the kid goes into the adult, and best female goes in, and best male goes in, and best kid male, so they're all standing there together.
Like that, except we separate the females and the males. But yeah.
Okay.
It's very sexist of us, I know. But,
we also try to, because we don't want any of that. We don't want to go on, especially on stage.
We don't want that happening.
No one wants to see that. No one wants to see 2 people dressed in costume getting too close together.
Okay.
So, how do I get a point?
So if there's like 2 dogs, let's say there's only 2 classes, there's 1 in each class, they go in head to head, and you beat that one
Now, when
dog.
you say 1 in each class, that means nobody showed.
1 dog in each class shows.
Okay, so I show up to a costume contest. I'm the only one there. Did I win adult male?
Well, you can win adult male, but you don't get a point. But if you and some other dude or another kid that is also a male
I can totally
shows
take
up,
this kid.
shows up.
Your
So
costume
there's-
is crappy.
so
Look at
there's-
your mom hot glued your cake to your leg.
You're awful.
I can totally take this kid.
So whoever wins out of those that go into the winner's class, it depends on how many dogs there are. So if there's 2 dogs, you get a point. In Washington right now, it takes like 13 females to get a 3-point major. It takes 4 males to get a 3-point major. So it's a whole point system. But you have to beat a certain number in order to get a certain number of points. So if you're the only dude to show up to the costume contest, you don't get any points. But you show up and there's 10 other people that you beat, then you may get like a 3-4 point major win.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you for the ending, because I was...
Were you falling asleep? I think everybody else was falling asleep too.
I was rethinking the plot to Lost.
You
I was
wanted
really
to know.
just...
You asked. I didn't promise it was
Do you
going to be
remember?
exciting.
Do you remember when that guy came out and said, sometimes when we give Trump his stuff, we have to put his name? in it, or he loses interest. That was me. Like,
I have some
until
Chris
you,
or selfie dad.
no, until you
times do
finally
that.
started saying like costume contest. I was like, oh wait, no, I'm still listening.
See, yeah. See.
You never listen. What a weird way to start a conversation. Okay, I guess I sort of
So
understand points.
We got that figured out.
All right,
Yeah,
I guess
all
I
right.
kind of understand points.
Yeah.
All right, so now to me, which everyone tuned in for, you're welcome. Speaking of which, I saw Moana,
Did you?
and she was really good. In fact, she came out and did the whole, I am Moana, so like did the whole speech and sounded just like the girl
See, now you have to explain to my friends, where did you see Moana?
at
And where
Lilac
did she
City
give? Okay, there you
Comicon.
go. Where did she give a speech?
All
Just
right.
on the street?
So now it's almost like we're getting married, and you have your side of the people, and I have my side. So now I'm talking to your side. Lilac City Comicon is a pop culture event that took place in Spokane last weekend. And it's costume contests and comics and toys and games and all sorts of stuff.
It's a nerd convention.
It's a nerd fest. Okay, I went to my wife's dog show. Now this is my dog show. Censored for your approval.
Shazam series and Captain Marvel series. And that weird. Awesome. Guys, all of them. Did you say he cut himself on that blade? Yeah, he showed me. Yeah. It sounds like a beast too. Oh, that's cool. Got a light out.
And I wanted to give this girl a special prize because it was the way she did it and the way she acted and everything was really cool.
That's cool.
But as I introduced her, I said, here's Moana. You're welcome.
Nice.
Also, I love doing the costume contest. I love hosting it because it's just it. One of my favorite comedians is Jimmy Pardo, who can do a whole hour ad-libbing just to the audience. So anytime I can practice that, I love doing that. So I got to do that a little bit and play with the audience. So I had the one thing where I was talking about how when I was Selfie Dad and the whole thing came about, I was like the big hero. I told you about this. I was the big hero for months. And then Teen Vogue posted the thing and I was demonized and they hated me. And I finally understood that quote in The Dark Knight. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And so I was like, okay, everybody, I want everybody to help me out. And I was really excited about this because if you can do something that brings the audience together, then together they're there for each other, and it's a much greater event. So I go, you
see this train.
You either die a hero, or, and I did the microphone thing and stretched it out, or, and about two people, just
That did not bring the audience together. It embarrassed two people.
it brought them together in tears of laughter because two people know it. So that did not go as I wanted to. There were points where I actually the judges were great. Abby Sue and Jared Kandra came over from Seattle. They're two people that I know from the charity over there, Costume Characters for Causes, and they were really great judges. There was another woman who she does kind of cosplay modeling, and I asked her to be a judge. So her name's Alaska. So I had them sitting up in the chairs, and as they were debating, it wasn't their first time judging, but there were really hard costumes to choose from. They were really, really good. We had 91 people for the novice competition.
Holy cow!
That is,
That's a lot.
didn't do, like, you did some work, but it wasn't at least 80% of your costume. Like, you bought some pants, you didn't do anything with them. Okay. You bought a shirt, yeah, you did something, but some of them. So 91 people are coming through. And you have everything from someone who probably 79% of it they made. You can tell that they really worked hard. And then you've got a guy with a hoodie that he just bought 15 minutes ago who just wanted to walk on stage. So we've got, why are you looking over there? Oh, another one? Oh. I'm not smelling them.
Here. Oh.
You're rude. Don't make me shake my show notes.
I couldn't even take it a breath. It was so strong.
I thought I dropped the F-bomb or something the way you left.
We're going to find her another spot for the next one because it's not working.
Excuse me?
That's so gross. Bad dog.
Like a punch in the face.
Okay, sorry.
It's all right. So, I don't even know where I was now. You threw me off. So, we were doing the contest, and they were really worried for trying to pick the right one. They were doing the kids also, and she came to me and she's like, I really don't want to do this kid thing. I don't want to tell them who lost. And I said, don't worry about it. Every kid gets something. Nice. The Sack Lunch Comics and Nathan O'Brien, who runs Lilac City, said, don't worry. We've got like little blind packs. Blind packs are the little sealed packs of like a secret Lego guy. You don't know until you open it. Nice. And there were comics and pens and all this. So I told them that, and the relief on her face, you could have seen from a mile away. Oh my! Because apparently they did a costume contest as judge for kids, and the first 3 got something, and the rest, see ya.
Oh,
which is harsh.
That is harsh.
There's no something. Yeah, there's no Simon Cowell you can blame that on.
But they put a lot of work into that. It's not just.
Well, their parents put a lot of work into it, and then their parents give them a lot of stuff like, "You're gonna win, honey," which is not fair. No, honey, it looks great enough to win, and so they're all excited. There was one little girl, she 2 maybe, dressed as Supergirl. And her sister she was Wonder Woman, and her sister was dressed as Supergirl, and her sister was probably about a year older. Mm-hmm. And as they walk across stage, Supergirl goes first, and she kind of does this little pose and everything, and she's got it down, and then she kind of walks down the stairs, and then the little girl follows her as Wonder Woman, and she just walks across the stage. And so the other sister starts screaming at her, "No! Do your pose! Oh, no. Do your pose! What are you doing?" Like a full-on stage mom at 3 years old.
Toddlers and tiaras.
And the little girl's like, "What?" So she's turning around and she's looking at the judges backwards in front with her back to the crowd, doing this little hands-on-hip thing, and she's like, "Turn around! Turn around! They can't see you! Turn around!"
Oh my god!
It was frightening and funny all at the same time.
And sad. The poor kid. That's why you didn't win.
You didn't
do your pose.
Right? But she didn't even understand she didn't win.
No idea.
What was really great is I got to do most of my act from the comedy club because there were long stretches where the judges were still debating.
Was it the Russian Transporter Act?
It was the Russian Transporter Act.
Okay, nice.
It was a little bit of the first act. It was a little bit of everything I could think of.
And you got to talk about yourself, so...
Everyone loves that.
Win-win. Or at least one win.
Hence the podcast. Narcissistically named after me.
No.
So a guy who was dressed as the Predator won. Apparently he made his own mask and the dreads and then the netting and all that stuff. There was a warlock girl she was dressed all in purple. She looked like right out of Power Rangers. She had this glowing orb and all this. And then there was a guy who had a cat mask that, like, the mouth moved and he walked on, like, paws. They were kind of bent, like his feet were bent, like he was walking on stilts. And then for kids, it was this kid that was Star-Lord, who had the little orb from the movie that he made from styrofoam ball and hot glue, almost exactly what I did. So to be that young and think of that, I thought that was cool.
Or maybe you just made one that a child would make.
Or maybe I have the mind of a child.
What's more likely?
There was a rocket that had a giant cardboard gun. So it looked like... And then there was a little girl who was dressed as a knight with quite the little attitude on her.
Oh, did she?
Well, she wrote G-R-O, knight. And so I grow knight? No! Just a knight! Like, okay. She was like 3. So she was on me.
Idiot.
Idiot.
What are you thinking?
Before I end the video part of the podcast, you're going to miss out. If you're not watching the video part of the podcast, you're going to miss out on some dog showing and some Comic-Coning. If that's something that you enjoy.
One or the other.
I will say that really quickly, there were 3 kids, and their mom comes up to me as the judges are debating on the kids' costume. She comes up and she goes, "Is it too late to enter?"
Oh.
As they're debating, and I'm like, they're debating right now.
Yeah.
I look in the back rows, and here's these 3 kids, and they're dressed, and they've got not store-bought stuff. Store-bought stuff, I would have went, but they've made little paper mache masks and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Bring them on stage. We can at least have them walk around stage and have everybody see, because obviously they did a lot of work.
Yeah.
So they come up on stage, and I don't know what they were, because I don't know a lot of Japanese, the anime and the manga and all that stuff. But they had little paper mache masks, and there were 3 of them. There were 2 boys and a girl. So they got on. I let them come on stage and walk around and introduce themselves. So they got down, and then Abby and Jerry Kandra, they said, okay, here's the winners. So I announced the winners, and I said, okay, I need the 3 to come up, and everybody who didn't win, in front of the stage there are some little toys and comics and pens. Go ahead and grab, one of each. Everybody gets something. So the big mob is all doing that and everything. And so everything's done. Costume contest is done. I walk to the table, and the mom comes over to me with the little girl, and she goes, by the time we got to the stage, everything was taken. Well, before I left, there were 2 pens, and, sorry, Chica, Five Nights at Freddy's. Apparently there is a character in it called Chica. No one likes.
Oh, no.
No one likes Chica.
Oh, Chica.
There was that pen, and there was something else, and 3 comics. And I thought, okay, well, whatever. I'm just going to grab the pens, and I'll take them back. Whoever can have the comics. So I said, oh, well, I have these 2 pens, and I gave them to her, and she was like, oh, I love these guys. That's great. Okay, nice. Cool. I made her happy. Not 15 seconds later, Nathan, they were doing a drawing for a year's thing of Loot Crate for free.
Oh, nice.
Think of $30 every month.
Is that how much you pay? Because you've never told me.
I don't have Loot Crate. I don't have Loot Crate. I used to, and I dropped it. Little girl won.
Oh, nice.
Not 15 seconds after I give her 2 measly pens, he pulls her name, and she wins a year's thing of Loot Crate.
Oh, my gosh.
They didn't know what it was.
Oh, wow.
She's like, yeah, I just heard it was something nerdy or something like that. And he's like, no, you get a shirt and you get nerd stuff. It's like $50 worth of stuff in the box. And she's just freaking out at that point.
That's awesome.
I just thought it was really funny. Just,
that was worth the trip.
Yeah, they got nothing. And then within 15 seconds, she wins all this stuff. I just thought that was cute.
That's very cool.
All right, so I'm going to turn off the video portion of the podcast. Keep listening, because there's a couple more things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Jeremy Howard, who was Donatello. Actually, that's a really short story. I peed next to Donatello, and we're done.
Okay.
Well, it's the kid that is the CGI. They got the dots on his head. He was Donatello in the new reboots of the Ninja Turtle movie.
Are you classing up the podcast?
I am classing it up. And early on, as we were setting up, he went to the urinal, and I stood next to him. So I peed next to Donatello.
Good for you. Okay.
Sandy Selner was there, who was Alpha 5. You would not know this.
No, I wouldn't.
It was the robot in Power Rangers that goes, ay, yay, yay, yay. Everybody remembers that, at least.
But me.
Okay. So she went to go to do a panel, and unfortunately, I sat there and watched over her stuff while she was at the panel. Are you smelling something else?
So bad.
because you're inching away from me. You're just inching away from me. That was so weird and creepy.
I didn't want to breathe in.
You're like sliding away from me. Stop looking over here. Oh, Chica, you gotta go. No one likes Chica.
You fed her swamp water while I was gone, didn't you?
All right, let me quick finish this. So she's doing her podcast or doing her panel, and people are coming up, and she's a really pretty girl, and people are coming up, and they're like looking at the photos, and then they look at me, and then they look at the photos, and they're like, I'm not her. Just nothing really bad happened to her, like she grew a beard. Oh, that's weird. She gained like 30 pounds since I last saw her. That's odd. So I got to be next to Donatello. I got to be Alpha 5 stand-in, and then Tim Russ Tuvok from Voyager.
I saw a picture of him. That was cool.
Yeah, and I got to hang out and talk with him. I talked to him about Samantha Who.
Samantha Who?
Samantha Who was one of my favorite shows. Remember Christina Applegate? She was like wild party girl, and then she got amnesia. She got hit by a car and didn't. So it was kind of like My Name is Earl before Earl.
Okay.
Every episode was like, oh, really? I was like that? And so she tried to make amends. Okay. He was like the straight-laced doorman, who I thought was hilarious. And so I got to talk to him. He's also the guy. Do you remember Spaceballs?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember? They're combing the desert. And then they have the two black guys with the afro comb.
Yes.
That was him.
Oh, really?
That's him that goes, we ain't found. So he would sign stuff like that. I still haven't found S, So yeah, he was a very cool guy. All right, so we're going to turn off the video portion of the podcast. We're going to come right back. We have a question. I asked a question for a podcast, and I got some really weird answers. What's the weirdest thing you've ever had happen on a date? And I even have a audio interview with Matt Clark, a local actor from Z Nation. Ooh. That and a supplement, I guess, for Nearly News. We're going to talk about London, but some positive things came out of London. So stay tuned for that, and we'll come right back.